Alrighty. We are doing family Easter decorating. So everyone has their own pan. We made some pre-made colors. We did flood and the thicker ones for the lines. What are you doing? What are you doing over there, silly goose? And I wanted to do something, not exactly Easter, but more like spring in SoCal. I was looking on Pinterest for some cool spring California vibe kind of things, and I found this collage of almost like vintage California, and I loved it. This design in particular was probably my favorite because it was actually this shape of rainbow, and I just got these cookie cutters. And I was like, let's put a palm tree on there. So the first thing that I'm doing is taking a line consistency frosting and I'm drawing each one of the outlines for each color of the rainbow and then the other part where the sky is going to be. From there, I'm going to use a flood consistency royal icing and start filling in each of the colors. Initially, I wanted these to be like bumpy kind of rainbows. That's why I started doing every other color so that when you let those dry, when you add the next color in between them, they don't bleed together. But I don't know, either I was running out of time or I was getting a little impatient. And so I just decided to go back with the other colors. They started to blend together and it looked really, really nice. That way you get that nice smooth top because they're all the same layer. Some of the other designs were really cool sunsets, retro looking hotel signs, roller skates, a lot of succulents. And this one wasn't on there, but I told my kids several months ago that I was going to take them to Disneyland this summer. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I told them I'm taking you to Disneyland because they've never been. So I also made one that has a Disneyland sign on it, like the old school Disneyland sign. And I'm going to start dropping hints to them, but I'm not telling them when we're going. Mostly because I don't know when we're going yet, but we are going. So I'm just going to subtly remind them. As you can see, we filled in this last little bit here, and I didn't realize that my light was so bright, which is where all the glare is from. This is a good teaching moment. Okay, so she's saying that she doesn't like that her lines are straight on there. So I told her to just fill the whole thing in. Just fill all of that green part in right there with flood, and then go over it. I'm like upside down. I'm sure they're really enjoying looking at it upside down.
Yeah.
And then go over it with the lines.
And then?
Yeah, and draw the curved lines instead.
Womp, and then donk.
Yes, womp and donk. All right, so Fina has come up with her own technique over here. Can you demonstrate for us?
So, to make these kinds, and you just, like, drizzle some, like, you sprinkle some frosting onto the thing, and then you keep going and going.
So you just keep putting more and more frosting on top
Until it looks like that.
Until it looks like that?
Yeah.
Nice.
The like little jewels.
How's that tooth coming? Pinks and greens.
And then it's
Pinks?
now watch.
Hang on, I'm watching your sister make grilled cheese over here.
I'm grilled cheese. Where did I put it?
What?
I put them right next to you. She never noticed it.
No.
She's like, where are these? It's so funny.
Ooh, that looks so cool.
Topping.
So it's all just gonna like melt together, right?
Yeah, like this one.
That's really cool. I'm doing that for my next set.
Mommy.
Woman. I moved on to some of the other cookies while I let this one dry, and then when this one was mostly dry, I decided to go back in and draw the palm tree on top. Here I'm using a line consistency and just kind of filling in any of the little gaps just to give it some texture. I also wanted to show you guys a really cool trick for storing your royal icing. So if you leave them laying flat like this, they start to separate at room temperature, which is normal. You can just mix it back together. So what you want to do is you want to pinch all of the frosting down to the base of it. You want to pinch and roll up the tip a couple times so that nothing can get out, just like that. While pinching that, you're going to squeeze your frosting down and then shove that little folded tip right back up in there. Then you can lay those flat and put them in the freezer. And you just put your finger in and swirl it around once they've defrosted, and that way it mixes it all up. Back to our palm tree, we're using a line consistency green frosting to just make all these little leaves. And I added some little coconuts too, because why not? Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see the cookie decorating for the rest of this set. Alrighty, it's time for these two to go to bed. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Peace out.